Alright, it's a bit late opening this intro up, but good morning, everybody. It's a Sunday, not a Saturday. We're here, it's over in Findlay. This is around 30 minutes away from where I'm at, or like a little bit closer to 40. We ended up doing this like very last second. I don't know how this show is gonna go this week or for today. So Saturday, I ended up doing a whatnot stream that actually ended up going pretty decently well. We had like about, I think the capped viewers was around 33. I was like kind of checking it going up and down quite a bit. So it actually did pretty decently well for the stream. We did a little bit over 1,000. So I mean, that to me for like a first show and like with only 53 cards in the whole entire show, like that to me is like phenomenal for the whole entire day. So that's what I did on my Saturday. Today we're just mostly reorganizing stuff. I'll kind of just go over like the main thing that I just picked up today because there was like two main pickups. One of them I'm debating just like keeping it for my PC just because I haven't opened any of the other gun sets, but I'll pretty much show that off right quick. So as far as like other pickups, my neighbor from last week that we bought, well not bought, did trade on video games that they had more. These were not at their booth last week, so we ended up snagging everything, has everything with them. Mario Sunshine is like near mint. I like best condition Sunshine that I've seen in a while. Surprised to see like how much this one has stayed consistent around 45 to 50. I'm not sure why, because the collection came out. Maybe that's the only other reason why this is a little bit more pricier still. So this was a big pickup there. A couple more Pokemons. I think there was like another one that they had in the case, but I don't know if I'll get it yet. And then the other one, which is interesting because this is one of the last few physical 3DS collection titles that I think that they had released this right at the tail end of the 3DS line. So this was one of Limited Run's last ones that they did. And this is a good compilation. I think there's like about, 5 games in total. There's like some platformers, puzzle platformers, and some other stuff in it. So I mean, I recommend this one, and it's only like $30. So I mean, that for a collection of like this is very good. And then of course, I paid retail for both of these just because I'm debating keeping them, but they're mostly just going to be trade fodder. The old price stickers, these, unfortunately, I haven't been able to see these around very often, but mostly because I haven't opened any of EB yet. So this was EB01s, and I think the most expensive was, of course, the Haro EX, the Psycho Haro EX. I think it goes for around 25, I want to say, and then this is like a binder copy for like 7. But I just love the artworks for both of these, and honestly, I'm still debating if I'm keeping them or not. And that's kind of like the main thing about what I just picked up for like the first maybe 20 minutes before the show starts. That's not really a whole lot of stuff that I picked up so far, but I mean, depending on how it should be today, I know that Dallas Card Show had some people that were looking for Pokemon stuff, but apparently there was not a lot of vendors selling Pokemon stuff. So unfortunately, they may or may not come for this one today, I don't know, but this past week has been very drama-filled, I should say, and also with like the weather being as bad as it is. As per usual, I'll hit the record, and with babies crying and all, but yep, I'll see you guys back in a quick sec. So the people from Jumbo's came by the booth, and they had that in their case that they were looking to get rid of, and honestly, I pick these up whenever I can because we get a lot of people that look for them. So we snagged it up for around 135, and I feel like that's still technically below market because I think near mints are closer to like 170 just loose, but I could be wrong about that. But either way, I had to still snag that up because these never last So they brought this bad boy in all the way from Evolving Skies, and they are wanting, with 50 cash on top, they are picking up the Umbreon Darkrai GX tag and then the Espeon Deoxys GX tag, and they just owed 50 on top. All right, first batch of Gundam stuff is officially out the door. More GDO5 stuff, some alt arts, and then of course the alt art Dynamis. They wanted 00 stuff before, and I didn't realize they were looking for playability. This, to me, is like one of my favorites out of the set because of how broken it is, but overall, it was 117 for everything. I didn't think it was going to happen today, but we sold a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Maximum Gold of Red Eyes Black Dragon, and another one that is more like a vintage era parallel rare, and it did a combo deal altogether for 37. So this is actually the second time we're selling Yu-Gi-Oh stuff off, and it's going away for around 45. I'll just give them a deal on that. There was another Kevin that came to the booth, funny enough, and they wanted the Omnite. We've had this one for a little bit, so we decided to give it down to around 65, so it's finally getting a good home. So there's a lot of Evolution stuff that is going out, and the Radiant is officially gone. Volcanion from Journey Together, the Pokemon Day stamp Sylveon, full art from 151 for Wigglytuff, and then is that Black Star? I want to say that's like a promo from McDonald's or whichever set, I forget, but they are trading in the Prismatic stamp EV to go along with that, and it was like 70 on top. They are already getting this card, so they're getting a second one for their collection, and I guess they just love the art, so they're picking it up for 115. So I have not recorded much at all today. The show's been fine. I think that there's not really a whole lot of people coming out this entire day, mainly because, number one, the weather, it's kind of sunny out at the moment. And I think because there were like 4 other shows yesterday, so a lot of people are just not here this weekend. So that's pretty much the main update. There was like 2 Pikachus that sold for like 30. There was like I think you saw that other group of cards. I forgot. It's been like maybe around 30 minutes, but there's roughly about like an hour and 30 left in the show. So we're pretty much here till the like end of the show. But I've got somebody that's supposed to be coming back with some trades, but we'll see how that goes. Basically, this took a little bit longer to get through. He wanted the Fates Collide blister. That is like one of our more expensive packs, and it's officially gone. I'm adding 30 on top. The most expensive is the Luffy Red promo, and then second to last would probably be the Vivi. So, like I said, we owe 30, and they just gave us this to open for free, so that's a nice little gesture gift. So, I forgot to document it off. They went through the binder. There was a Misty's Kingdra, and that was the pre-release stamp. And then there was like 2 other cards that one of them was like the Squirtle from base set, and I forget the third one. That was around 33. And then oddly enough, there was a family that picked out 3 of the like jumbos, and that was around $50. Strange how that has been one of the more popular things on top of like Yu-Gi-Oh. So I mean, that's a heck of a way to end this show. It's downpouring at the moment, so it might be a little bit hard to even hear me talking with like all of the background noise going on. It sucks about Beaver Creek because there was a lot of stuff that ended up happening. Rather not get into the detail of it all, and holy cow, it is downpouring a lot more now. This was their first time doing the Findlay card show. Definitely a good show. Really good turnout. I was kind of surprised. The owner who runs this very well talked gentleman. I think his name was Chase, I think his name was. So we talked for a few minutes. They've been running ads since, I think it was like late June. So this is kind of a first time hearing about the show, and honestly, it was fine. I think that with it being a first time show, a lot of people had already probably spent through a lot of their funds during the Dallas card show and like a couple other shows yesterday, so it probably would have been a lot more busier had there not been a lot of rain. That is, again, going on right at the moment.
And I think with just so many shows that happened during the week, I think that it just took a lot of like the air out of like this weekend. But honestly, for a Sunday show, this was good. Jumbo cards I was not expecting to be popular. And of course, a few things for Yu-Gi-Oh! Was another big one too. So this was good on trades, definitely good on sales for what it was. So, I mean, I'm happy with that, and we did good on Whatnot yesterday, too. That is pretty much it, all the way from Findlay. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. To the new subscribers who basically came and checked us out, it just stopped raining now, so we're in the clear. So that is it. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, I don't know what we're doing next week, but I will hopefully try to post something up, but who knows? Maybe there'll be story time, but we'll have to wait and see. But love ya, have a good one, and as always, you know how exactly in these videos and all. Stay strong, stay positive, and most important of all, love you all. Have a good one.